welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and it's Free Pattern Friday! Yay! It's Free Pattern Friday. I love Free Pattern Fridays. I don't know why I love Free Pattern Fridays so much. I'm retired now, and I don't have to work, you know, like 5 days a week, or, you know, like from 9 to 5 or anything like that, but I love Free Pattern Fridays. Now, the pattern is going to be a foundation paper piece, FPP, that is going to be in the show notes below. Now, they come on 2 different pages, and I have given you 5 different sizes for birds in the air, and it's kind of a modern twist on the birds in the air block, right? Because this one actually should look like a bird in flight when you do it up, and I'll show you how to get this done. Now, we also want you to go check out Kayla from Kayla Quilts. Now, her channel looks to be like it's going to be a lot of fun and very interesting. So when you go over there, if you like what you see, tell her that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you, and we, you know, hopefully she will appreciate this surprise shout out that we're going to give her. So we also, in our show notes below, we have not only our patterns and her YouTube channel, but we have our Facebook group and the Zoom meeting. Now, the Zoom meeting also has a bunch of dates behind it, and this is those dates that we are going to go on Zoom. And there is a Facebook room, virtual sewing room, where we're open 24/7, and we're just having a lot of fun in there. So come on in, let's get to this sewing. Okay, so here's our bird in the air, the pattern, and I'm just going to cut the copy up here, and I'll put the other ones away. Now I'm going to do the 5-inch one, because I think that's big enough for what I need. And this is a 5-inch finish block, right? So this one will go very quickly. Now, when the lines go right through the pattern, that's where I need you to cut along that line. Because that's like, you know, part A, B, and C. Well, if I cut them up like A, B, and C, what happens is that you aren't going to get, you know, like it just doesn't, I can only get one then on per page, where here, if I want to give you 5, you know, the only way I can do it is to do it with this. Now, I've already scored these with my stitch marker, or my seam marker, so this is going to go kind of fast. Now, I picked reds and whites, so the red I want to pick for the bird body is this one, right? It's got a little bit of embossing, and the wings are going to be this floral. It's got little gold bits on the wings. So in order to do this quickly, you're basically going to take a pair of scissors, and you're overcutting this just a bit. Okay, so you're going to cut a piece that's going to be 1/4 inch over, and 1/4 inch over on all 4 sides. So basically, you're doing that, right? Very simple. Now, you don't need all of that there. Now, I'm going to be a little generous, my 1/4 inch, because I have to now put white with it. And I'm going to just flip this to get 2 marked. And, oh, I'll just go like this. Here we go. There. And I'll just flip this over like so. This is way too big, but you'll see what I mean in a minute. So I want this to be only 1/4 inch wide. So I want to line this up, and I want to make my first cut, and I'm going to cut that off and throw it away. And now what I'm going to do with this piece, I'm going to push the paper back, flip it over, and put the white right side down. And I got a white on white, and I want it to be a little bit big, a little bit on the big side for this piece, because I got to go all the way to the corner. And there we go. There's my first line that I'm going to draw. And I'm going to go from point to point. Okay, here we go. Now, oops, sorry. Now for this one, I want this quarter piece, right? So I want a piece that's going to be just a hair bigger. Okay, that'll be great for the, yeah, that'll be great for the bottom. Let's just get a little piece here. Okay. There. Now for this piece, 4 is the lowest number, so that's the one you want to cut to, right? So I want to make this big enough. So from 5, I want to take this and go just like this. There we go. I'm going to throw that out, and I push this back, and I want to take another piece just like this. Oh, I want to change this piece into this piece, because this is going to be the wing area. Now, there. Now, because this is such a funky angle, if I were to go like this, this wouldn't cover. So I'm just going to go like this, right? And I'm going to have some extra. That's fine. But I've got good 1/4 inch on both sides, top and bottom. And I'm just going to go move this out of the way. I'm going to cut it. So hopefully this goes the right way. And it's going to be one of those days where I just know that won't work, but what the heck. So 7, 7 goes like this, right? So 7 you want here on this side, right? And you want it to be facing up, right? So now 8 is here. And I'm just going to cut off this bit. See, there we go. And I'm going to take this and cut this in half. Okay. And this then becomes, it's going to go like, you want it to go like this. Oh, this is the right side. So you want it to go like this. And you want it to have good coverage on both sides. So, there we go. And if it's a little big, don't worry about it. Don't worry about this. It'll all trim off in the wash. Now, hopefully, this is, of course, going wrong. Of course this is going wrong, right? Why would it go right? So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take this off. And I do this all the time when I got weird angles. So I'm going to take this off from here, and I'm just going to rip open every 3rd stitch or so, just so that I've got some, you know, I can remove it easily without too much damage to the paper. And yes, we all do this. All of us do this. Even the best experts do this. So don't be hard on yourself about when you make a mistake. And you want to cut from the fabric side, not the paper side. The paper side will not hold together. Okay, so we're just there. And now this should come off without too much trouble. And this will just peel away free and not have too much crap left on it. I'm going to get all the little string bits off. That's probably why my husband thinks I throw this stuff on the floor. Okay, so let's take a run at this again. The piece is shaped like this. So, what I want to do is I want to cut it. I'm going to take this piece off altogether. So I want this piece to be this shape. Right? So I want it to be like this when I'm putting it on my edge. Okay. Oh, I'm doing this the wrong way. Hang on, I don't want to cut myself and do this the wrong way again. Okay, so there it is. There's my piece. Now, if I just left it like that, it would be fine, but I have a great big piece there, and that works, right? So what I want to do is I want to make sure I've got this piece going the right way, this piece going the right way, Okay, and now we're going to try sewing this again. Now, some people believe when you sew it the second time, it's going to just go crazy on you. This is why you have tape. This is why the world has invented tape. Because that's going to happen. And it looks like it stayed together, so that's pretty good. Okay, so now, this one gets pushed forward. Oh, that's right. Let's do the head. Okay, this one gets pushed forward just like this. Okay, and then we go to 3, and we just pull that back just a hair like so. And there we go. We throw that in the garbage. We put the stitch ripper away because it's rolling around. And I put the right side down. Now I want to put the right side down because it's going over. It has to cover that far corner, right? So with that, I'm just going to go like this. Okay. And now, okay, let's get the other side of this done. So here, we're going to get this one done. And nothing matches up, so it's easy to fold over. Okay. Alright. Now, the other section of this is going to be, now I'm just going to cut from big. Because I can. I have lots of scraps. I have so many scraps. It's big. So when I want this to fit, I'm going to just push this all out of the way, and I'm going to go like that, right? And like that. And I'm just going to move this up a bit. And I'm just going to go like this across so that this will fit the right spot. Okay, now, you're sitting there, how did I do that? Okay, this area and this area will all fit now. They'll fit, oops, sorry. This and this will all fit, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to go about 1/4 inch on either side, a generous 1/4 inch. There we go. Okay, now I have to cut so that we can change our battery in our camera, okay? Okay, so I hope you got all that. Like I say, the cameraman came and rescued me from a flashing battery light. So here we go back to our tail area, and we're going to do 9, and we just have to get this just a little bit like this. This is all easy cutting. This part here. Because the biggest piece that you got to worry about is this one, because it's got 4 pieces. The other parts have got like 3, right? So you just take yet another triangle, and the triangle goes like this. So you want the piece to go like this, and you want it there, just like that. Just a little bit over. Oh, I could go down just a hair more. Oh, that's good. Okay, so now we want to go down just a little bit on our tail. I guess you could call the center of the body's probably the hardest part because of those weird angles, and I hope I showed you how to remedy all of that, right? So, and this is the piece now that it looks, because I took the time to cut the proper angle on the 2 side pieces as well as the body, right? So now we've got the body and the head, and I'm just going to run through a little triangle bit from another block here as a leader ender, and we'll get the last of the white on, the last bit of the bird block, the tail. Now with this tail, you're going to have little end bits on either side that you got to pull away, but that's okay. Okay, so now here we go. We're going to line this up. I'm going to cut right across. And that's such a weird wonky piece, so I'm not going to save it. So then we put this back, and we get another half square triangle. And we flip it to the right side, and then put it right side to right side. And we get that one long seam done. And we run through another leader ender. Now we're gonna trim. Okay. Okay, so now, okay, what I'm going to do is we're going to start with the tail, because that's probably the biggest area, and probably the funkiest to trim. Now I'm going to put my add a quarter ruler right on that edge. And I'm going to move it all the way up and over. There we go. Now that's garbage. Because what I want to do is be able to sew them together now. And the first thing I'm going to do is here, same thing. And I'm a little shy on that far edge, but that's okay. It'll be in the seam. It'll be in the seam. It'll be all good. And this, okay, I want to cut off the big excess bits here and here. And what I will do is I can take these and sew them together or sew them with other pieces. They won't be wasted. They'll go back into the crumb bin. So, and now I've got a piece that I can actually work with. Here we go. Right across. And see, I don't have to, as long as you know how to use your add a quarter ruler, if you have one of these, they're perfect, right? Because you end up with perfect little lines. So now, excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry. So now we're going to take this and we're going to put these two pieces together. Now, you can line them up so that you can see where those seams are. And you just want to run right along that paper. There we go. And that's the easiest way to do this, but and it's easier to square up a 5.5 inch block once it's all sewn. I mean, if you would prefer to do it where, so now it's just like that. Okay, and I get this out of the way. This little shortfall is still in the seam allowance. That's all good. And now I'm going to sew the tail to this. Now, sometimes you can feel them and you can just line them up. And what I've done, there we go. I've got it. Okay. The point you have to match is the one in the middle, right? Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay. And I just want to make sure, yeah, I'm still there. You want to be right beside the paper, but not on the paper. Okay. And there we go. And I'll just get another leader ender here to finish this off. Or two. Now, before we do any trimming, what we can do is we can do like running around that stitch, right? Just running around, right? See, there's your bird, like this. Okay, and I've got a good thing here going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do my stay stitching right away while I'm here and while I'm able to. And see how all of this matches up. Okay. Okay, we get this off. We'll get the last little triangle I got sitting around here through as a leader ender. And now we're going to take a ruler and trim this up. So I've got all these little bits and bobs of scraps left over. So, because I've sewn inside, oh, I'm right on the hinge of my machine, hang on. So because I've sewn on the edge, I can quickly take off all of this stuff, you know, and not worry about it pulling. And then I can turn around and I can also, oops, I can also just remove all the excess bits, right? And then I have a perfect little block. So I'll finish doing this and we'll get to our ta-da moment. So here's the birds in the air block. It was a lot of fun doing this one. If I had to pick this one again, I think I would make sure I had like a medium color on the wings and a darker red for the, you know, the beak, head, beak, body, tail, just to play it up. But it does look really kind of adorable, stylized bird. Now you could put them in a quilt like this or put them on point, so they look like they're all moving upward. This one is a lot of fun to play with, and I gave you it in 5 sizes, so it's like 5 for 1 on your Free Pattern Friday. So I hope you have an amazing week ahead, and that you win bobbin chicken at least once. I have not won bobbin chicken now in months, so if you win, I want to know about it in the Facebook group. Okay, until then, you take care. Bye. My husband and I would love to thank you for coming along with us on our quilting journey and the YouTube adventure that we're on. We have some wonderful plans for 2023, and it includes a lot more, like with the Facebook group and the rooms feature and sewing and hanging out with people. Those monthly Zoom sew dates are still in the works. We have a lot of fun ideas coming up for 2023, and we hope you share, like, and subscribe with your friends. That little notification button and subscribing to us really helps us out. Commenting helps us out too. So if you like what you're seeing, let us know. Even send us a heart on the comment. That helps so much for us. Okay, you have an absolutely fabulous 2023, and all of our best wishes for you in the future. Okay, take care. Bye.